Hello everybody, this is Wonderful Heaven Fruit Orchard. My name is Priscilla Nyairia and we are back with another episode. We talk about the factors to consider while going for wambugu apples or while investing in wambugu apples as an investment. And the first factor we need to consider is land. Land is the main factor you need to go for or you need to think about. That is space. Space on where you are going to plant your apples, because this is the vital thing. You need the space, and our space here is land. So the quantity depends on your space. And with that, so people have been asking whether you can lease a land and plant wambugu apples. I would say yes, if you are, depending on the time on or your duration on which you will plant, you will lease that land. If the land you are leasing is for more than, let's say, 10 or for more than 30 years, it is good you lease your wambugu apple. Remember, wambugu apple has a lifespan of 80 years. So if you lease for the less than 30 years, it will not be very profitable to you, like to the owner of the land. And also while leasing, consider some legal documents or some legal credential that will some legal documents that will boost your agreement. You need to agree maybe in a lawyer or whatever, depending on the rules, land rules in your country. So leasing land is good depending on the duration of time which you will go to lease that land. But your own land is the best space to plant wambugu apples. Because if, for example, you want to plant 800 seedlings or plants, you need an acre. So while if you have less than that, that means you cannot plant that quantity of seed of plants. So land is the first factor. Leasing is not always the best, but purchasing your own land is the best. Factor number 2, it is water. You need a reliable source of water. Remember, this plant needs like 20 to 40 liters per week, depending on the weather condition of that particular moment. So water is the second factor, and you need to have a reliable source of water. If your place is receiving plenty rainfall, so you can have the quantity or the source of water will be rainfall. But for us here, like a place like Laikipia or semi-arid area, you need to source your own water. And for us, we did a borehole. That is our source of water. Some people are very lucky to be near the rivers. That is source of water. What I mean is you need a reliable source of water, because you need to be watering it on weekly basis. So source of water or water is the second factor, and not just water, but a reliable one. And also consider doing some irrigation systems like drip irrigation. Button drip irrigation is the irrigation system best for the wambugu apples, like what we have done in our farm. That is what we go for, and we encourage people to do it while going for the wambugu apple as an investment. The other factor that we need to consider is the quality of the seedling, or where are you sourcing your seedling from. Because if you are sourcing your seedling from person who is not of wambugu apples, or from person who is not wambugu apple family, remember that is not wambugu apple. Maybe, for example, you source it from Mary farm. It might be Mary's apple, but not the wambugu apple. So get your seedlings from the wambugu apples, or from our seedlings, or our nurseries are in Laikipia County, like mine's here in Wonderful Heaven Farm, Laikipia County, somewhere called Ngobit, along near Nyahururu Road. That is where we have our nurseries. So if you have somebody by the roadside selling the seedlings, that is not wambugu apple. Get it from the right persons, so that you'll be having it, and you have the right or the quality seedling. Remember, if you have the quality seedling, you'll have the quality and quantity fruits. So consider seedlings, wambugu apple seedling, if you want to invest in wambugu apple. Wambugu apple is not just an apple. It is wambugu apple, and the best apple variety, not only here in Kenya, not only in Africa, but in the whole world at large. And it produces fruits which are different, even in their physical appearance. The other apples are round, while wambugu apple is kind of oval and very big. So quality or Seedling, where you are sourcing your seedling is another factor, which is factor number 3 as I put it here. The other factor that you need to consider while going for wambugu apples is security. Security in terms of fencing your land, in terms of when they are fruiting, who will be checking your fruits. That means our main enemy is birds. So you need to know, for us here, we have 3 ways of controlling birds. The first way, it's applying the Christmas decors or shiny objects. What the shiny object does is when the sunlight burns when the sun burns the shiny objects, it tends to reflect back. That means that the birds will be burnt. When they look on that shiny object, it's like when you place a mirror on a sunlight, it will burn your eyes. The same applies to us here, to the birds. The other way we use to control birds is you can use the bird net. Bird net is like this one which is here, but this is our shade net. But there is that which is of bird net. It will allow even raindrops to enter into your farm, and you place it more higher than my height here. Like, let's say 9 feet. It will be good because wambugu apple goes up to 8 feet. The other way we do to control birds is you can apply the compact discs. Those compact discs, when it is somehow windy, they will produce a certain sound, like voo, voo. That sound will scare away the birds. So those are the ways, or the main things that we do while controlling the birds. Security, it means you fence. Because remember, thieves come to steal because they have seen it. Nobody can plan to come and steal from your farm and they had not seen. So consider fencing it. You can fence while planting. Like for us, we use live fence. Live fence means you are planting living, like plants. We have used the Gravelia plants, we have used the Guatemala napier, and we have also used mulberries, which we also use to control birds, because birds love mulberries so much. So they will tend to come eat the mulberries and forget about our apples. So security is another factor that should not ignore if you're investing in this wambugu apple. Remember, it's a good investment. If now, for example, a single plant which is bearing 200 fruits, and you sell a fruit at 25 bob, that means that the plant is giving you 5,000 Kenya shillings. So for example, if you have it in 800, you have the 800 plants, it means that you have several millions, you know. So it is a good investment to go for. So make sure you secure your investment from thefts and also from unauthorized person, because some people will come and pluck your flowers or fruits when they are not ready. So fence it to control, and make sure you have a central gate where the entrance is centralized. You'll be seeing people coming in and knowing who is there. That is the way to secure your fruits. The other factor, it is knowledge or skills, the prior knowledge to take care of this plant. And this is what we have been exhausting, or we have been going through in this YouTube channel. Knowledge is very, very vital. Leave alone manure and water, and also foliar. Those are the main things that you need to do. And also pruning. Manure, water, pruning on time, and where to prune. Those are the knowledge. That is the knowledge. You need knowledge on how to plant it, how you should dig your holes, how to apply the foliar, and what is the foliar. We do it organically. So not any other foliar, but organic foliars. That is what we call skills or knowledge. We have people in our farms who train all our visitors on how to take care of this plant, because it is a very expensive plant. $10 is not something to ignore about. So you need knowledge on how to take care, how to dig holes. Most of it of a starter, I've done it in my previous videos, like 0 to 3 months or 3 to 6 months. So please check on that, on knowledge on how to start the wambugu apples. Majorly, those are the major factors that you should put in place. The factor on market, that is not something that should worry you. So market is readily available, both locally and internationally. We have markets here in local areas. The markets, we are selling it. The person who is buying it the least is buying at 27 Kenya shillings. And for kg, if you wanted to sell in kilo wise, We sell it as 300 Kenya shillings to 400. Right now it is 400 Kenya shillings because apples are not many, even the one we import. So it is a very good market, should not worry you. They always say if you are not in that system, there is no way you can understand it. So come into farming and you will understand how the market is doing at that particular time. The other factor that you should put in place is capital. Remember, this plant is going for $10. So if, for example, you need 300 plants, you need $3,000. So you have to know that the quantity of plant you need should be similar with the quantity of the money or you have. So, and also it will give back. It is not very expensive, by the way. It is the cheapest thing to go for. Because if I sell to you the seedling right now, and I'm also selling the fruit. Remember, if you are my customer for the fruits and I sell to you the seedlings, you will not come back tomorrow because you already have the fruits in your farm. But the market is very wide. We are not able to exhaust it ourselves. That's why we are selling the seedlings, so that you can also help us to exhaust this market, because it's very big and it is more than our capability or our potential as per now. Thank you very much for watching my today's factor. I hope you had a pen and a book to write and tick the one you have, and the one that you don't have, work hard or you will make it, because the main factor here is land. If you have land and water, the rest will follow. Thank you for watching my today's episode.